It's Week 16 of the 2026 season. All eyes are on Jamar Chase. Always need eyes on him. Fourth most catches in the NFL. It's the Steelers and the Bengals coming up next.
Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This one fielded at the 5. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Here come the Bengals now to take over. As we get a peek at their dynamic signal caller hailing from Mississippi State, it's Dak Prescott.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Quinnen Williams, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Gotta hope that's not a sign of things to come as they face an early 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Prescott. It'll be a gain of 5. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 14.
Prescott to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And taken right at the 35. It's a net of 40 there. A punt of 48 and a return of 8. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading them out, their signal caller now in his 4th season in the NFL.
And he comes to the end of the season leading the NFL in passing yards. And that's not necessarily something you set out to do at the beginning of the year, but it's a good illustration of how remarkable and consistent he's been all season.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They're going to look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hayes. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Back to throw again. He finds his man complete. That's Hayes. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. Boswell's kick is good, and the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Bengal offense on their way out as we look at the playoff race in the AFC. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. After the sack on first down, Prescott.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And that's complete to K.J. Osborne. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. You're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. There's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Prescott. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. To throw is Prescott. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. They'll drop this one off with ETN. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Straight ahead, ETN. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Back to throw here. And that's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Room here to run. And a pretty good burst there as he gets this across midfield and down to the 46. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot, C-O-O-T.
All right, I'll look that up later. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Now Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And he missed it. It's no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw.
Screenplay. Here's Etienne.
Oh, he's got a little daylight.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
3-0 after 1 on EA's. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Etienne up the middle.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. 2nd and 9 now.
Man open. That's Jamar Chase complete.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 15-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
He'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. He'll drop to throw. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown.
Devontae Smith.
His 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free. And his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at at the 25. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing, Prescott. Escape, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. T.J. Watt. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Prescott.
Open man is Osborne. He's got it.
The Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Prescott now. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded just inside the 20. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
The Steelers hit 11-3 on the year, and they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here, and if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason, and we know that can ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
On 2nd down, ETN once more.
They find some open field here, and he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
52 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year.
With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 down at the 31. Now back to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Hayes.
And he'll be brought down at the 27. Running out of the gun with ETN.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Got a man open. It's Chase.
Touchdown!
Jamar Chase.
A 20-yard touchdown. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes our score 17-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Buying time to his left. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. As the offense returns, let's take a look at running back Travis Etienne. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
A handoff for Etienne.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Another tote for Etienne.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 7 yards there and a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Here's a give to Etienne. To the 36-yard line. Stop there.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
He's got this to Pickens.
And in for the Steelers touchdown.
George Pickens.
36 yards.
And the Steelers are able to add on to their first half lead.
Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
52 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
That's caught over the middle by Hurst. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a fifth, barring a conversion here on third down. The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and they will take over 1st and 10. As the offense returns, let's take a look at running back Travis Etienne. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Over the middle, complete. It's Smith. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. Back to throw again. He finds his man, complete. It's Hayes. And he will have a Steelers 1st down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And there's a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
They'll look to throw again.
Got an open man. It's Pickens.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 25-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Boswell's kick is good, and the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now.
So more of the same here, CD. Not a touchdown, but 3 more points added on to their lead.
Yeah, it's been a total domination here in this 1st half. Offensively, defensively, even the special teams have chipped in as he connects on the field goal. It may be a little bit premature, but I think the only thing they're worried about dominating now, the post-game meal.
The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've come to halftime after a victory.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. So with the Steeler offense on their way out, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that number 1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, it's team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that number 1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through. And I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw.
He will find his man Chase, complete.
Touchdown!
Jamar Chase
with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game.
And the Steelers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Throwing on 2nd down. Prescott dumps it off to Mixon. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Pass thrown right back to Joe Mixon.
And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
The Bengals bring out their punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Fielded at the 33. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7.
Jamar Chase hoping to be at center stage yet again as the offense returns to the field.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
That's caught downfield by Pickens.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
George Pickens
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Steelers continue to pour it on. They go up by 40 now. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Prescott looks to throw on 1st. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Osborne. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
It's a gain of 6. This makes it
out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Being chased out left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
His evasion has to be unbelievable, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
And he fields it cleanly. A big kick that time, 52 yards.
George Pickens and the Steelers headed back out for another series.
And the previous drive put him up over 1,000 yards for the season. So now it's what you like to refer to, my friend, as gravy time, right?
It is. I mean, he's done it, right? He's accomplished the goal. So the good players, they relax a little, they bask in it. They think this is, okay, we've done what we set out to do. The great players decide to push that number as high as they possibly can. I don't expect him to have any let-up in his game the rest of the way.
Great thing if you're on the opposite side. He's such a weapon. He just opens things up for the other guys around him.
Yeah, if you're the opposite receiver, you should expect a few passes to come your way, too, because I've got to kick coverage in his direction.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
Throw left side, complete to Chase.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
And they'll run here with Etienne.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 5.
Draw play, Etienne.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
86 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. And they'll go again with Etienne.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now a throw left sideline here is complete. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Complete to Devontae Smith. A gain of 5. First down, Steelers.
He'll look to throw.
He'll get this off to Etienne. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Complete to Travis Etienne. A 3-yard pickup.
Back to the ground with Etienne.
A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
He'll drop to throw. And in for the Steelers, touchdown. From 8 yards out.
And the Steelers get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
And out now, here come the Bengals.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
He'll drop this one down to Mixon, and he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon.
And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. That's caught by Kelly. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20.
George Pickens and the Steelers headed back out for another series.
He's having a day here in quarter number 3. Over 100 yards, couple touchdowns. Every receiver's hope for when they head into that game in the National Football League.
And his team is loving what he's giving them. Of course, the yardage is terrific, but I think is what you mentioned, the 2 touchdowns. That's the big one because he's paying off his results downfield.
And still more time here. 3rd quarter. We'll see what else he has in store for us. One quarter remains here in Week 16.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On 3rd down, here's Etienne.
And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4. The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Prescott on 1st down. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Kobe Bryant.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Extra point put through by Boswell. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. For the Bengals offense getting set and ready to go again here. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny. I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
First down, Prescott. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Prescott.
This goes out wide for Mixon.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Prescott on 3rd and 2.
Throw caught there by Osborne. And he is going to have a Bengals first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
To throw is Prescott. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Kobe Bryant. And the Steelers are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Well, this game was already decided, Charles, let's be honest. But now another feather in the cap of this defense as they pick them off for the 2nd time.
You're right about that. Things have been going pretty well for them, to put it mildly. But they're still out there hunting for big plays and get another one right there.
On second down, Etienne once more. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
He's brought down at the 31.
Etienne once more. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 126 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. A shotgun snap, and again to Etienne. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up fourth.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up.
Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
A first down throw for Prescott. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by DJ Reed.
And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. Oh, my goodness, CD. I mean, this defense just continuing to dominate. They're really dominating on both sides of the ball. But for the defense, that's now 3 interceptions for them here in this ball game.
And what a great teaching tape for this defensive coordinator, right? When they go back and review this game, what does he always tell us that he preaches to his team? We're going to lead the league in effort. Well, they're doing that in this game as well as making big plays.
Yeah, they're knocking on the door now. As a good run there, going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
11 yards on the pickup there.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
His pass caught at the 4. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. The offense on third down, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. It's the fullback.
His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers stretch this fourth quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25.
Cincinnati set to take over once again.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Looking to throw again on second down. Prescott, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. They'll run. It's Etienne. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Etienne. And room there to work it inside the 25. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9. And it'll be back to a 3rd and 3. Now back to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Hayes. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Prescott. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. Throwing. Prescott. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. On the delay, it's Mixon. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down. And he is going to be wrapped up and slung to the turf. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. Throwing on 2nd and long. Prescott. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exact.